Good day everyone! Today we will go to see the interiors of Bojnice Castle. And at this time we will walk not only part of the Palfi Castle tour, but mainly we will walk through the second Hunyadi Castle tour, which is actually an addition to the original castle tour with expanded tour of other premises, has include servants' quarters and other rooms that were reconstructed and added to the tour in the last few years. Next we will visit several the inner courtyards of the castle, and we will walk through areas that you usually don't see in photos and videos on social media. So I believe you will get interested and may have been surprised what this castle has to offer for visitors. I believe that I will show you the Bojnice Castle, why it is so special, in my opinion. And it is mainly because visitors walk through the medieval castle, which was precisely and purposely for more than 20 years by Count Palfi rebuilt according to the patterns of French castles for today's beautiful castle. Believe me, you will hardly experience in the other castle the feelings that you are walking freely through the authentic and well-preserved spaces of the central castle, such in this Bojnice Castle. As we walk through Bojnice Castle, even more you can notice the Bojnice Gothic Castle character comes to the fore more and more prominently, which is huge due to its area with massive inner walls and spaces, and we will go through that exactly today on our tour. Further, I will provide basic information about the history of the castle and how it was rebuilt, Bojnice Gothic Castle, into a Renaissance residence, and we will briefly talk about the interesting facts about the castle Bojnice. As for the Bojnice Castle, the first written mention of the existence of the castle in Bojnice is from the year 1113 in the second Zobor deed, where Bojnice Castle aboriginal are mentioned. It was originally a wooden castle and developed on the site of an hill fort. Gradually during the 13th century it was built of stone as the property of the Hon Poznan family. At the end of 13th century, Bojnice was seized by the Hungarian nobleman Matúš Trenčiansky, and the castle belonged to him until 1321. In the 14th and 15th centuries, several noble families took turns in possession of the castle Bojnice, such Geletovci, Jelšavsky and Nofriovci families. In 1489, King Matej Korvin donated Bojnice Castle together with the estate to his illegitimate son Jan Korvin. However, after the death of the King Matej, the Zapolsky family took possession of the castle and owned it until 1527. At the same year, King Ferdinand I donated the castle to Alexei Turs. The Turs family modified the castle and rebuilt it into a comfortable Renaissance residence. The original Gothic castle, this required the character of a Renaissance castle with residential buildings of the same height, grouped around an inner courtyard. Each of the owners subjected Bojnice Castle to partial reconstruction, and each owner gave the castle its own shape. So Bojnice Castle has rooms in different styles. Bojnice Castle was never completely destroyed, and therefore it was possible to preserve Bojnice Castle in relatively good condition. But in 1950, a large-scale fire affected the Bojnice Castle, which caused a lot of damage, but did not destroy so many premises. Before being made available to the public, several rooms were restored to the original form according to the preserved period photographs. A large part of the original equipment was used, but some elements had to be custom made. The last private owner of the Bojnice Castle, Khan Jan František Pálffy, acquired the Bojnice Castle in 1852 and decided to rebuild the castle into a romantic castle. He used French Gothic castles from the Loire River Valley, the Papal Palace in Avignon, Tyrolean Gothic castles, and early Renaissance Italian architectures as modules. The architect of the neo-Gothic reconstruction was Joseph Hubert, but the architect apparently became only a tool in the hands of his client, with highly refined artistic taste. Pálffy himself drew, designed, and managed all the works. This last neo-Gothic reconstruction lasted 22 years, from 1889 to 1910. The Count Jan František Pálffy wanted the castle to be made available to the public after his death, and his desire of his will was also written in the testament. And the last owner of Bojnice Castle is buried in a magnificent sarcophagus that visitors can see on a tour of the Castle Bojnice. And it was the sarcophagus that triggered a great wave of attention in the 1990s, when an unknown liquid began to flow out of it, which they subjected to extensive research. Over time they began to call it Pálffy tears, because the former owners was said to have mourned for the altar, which was taken from the chapel to Prague. After a detailed study, they discovered that mineralized liquid from the Pálffy body was leaked from the tomb. But the interesting thing is that it stopped apparently exactly shortly after the aforementioned artifact was returned to the castle. Trust you like this short sample of the castle tour, when each tour takes about 50 minutes, and you will visit this beautiful castle Bojnice and the surrounding area. Finally, I would like to thank the administrator of the castle, who had no problem with publishing the interiors of the castle Bojnice in this video, and I believe that you will come to see the Bojnice Castle for yourself, which is beautiful with its own unique medieval character. When you like this tour, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel to see more tours with me. So enjoy the rest of the walk around the castle Bojnice, which offer beautiful views at the castle and surroundings, and I will talk to you later.